Okay, we could jump straight into this. Today's chat comes from big shout out to Nothing But the Truth, the podcast. Don't know if you saw this heated debate broke out between the podcasts. I'll let them explain and then I'll ask the questions. So take a listen. Let's get it started, y'all. Hold on, I gotta keep hitting it. My apologies.
Prove himself worthy of submission.
No.
No.
It's just supposed to be a man. Just like it's in a man, we wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should.
So, let me give you the premise, because you might not understand what is going on with this podcast. So again, big shout out to Nothing But the Truth podcast. So they did a topic called Women Submit to Broke Men, but Give Real Providers Headaches. What up, DJ Soulstar? Women submit to broke men, but give real providers headaches. Oh, I got it already. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to get back into it. So the question today is, do modern women submit to bums? And there's more because they had a lot of good points in this. So take a listen again.
Worthy of submission.
No.
No.
It's just supposed to be a man. Just like it's in a man, we wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to nurture. And when you have to nurture not just your kids, you got to nurture your man as well.
So if the man is not providing or protecting, we still have to submit?
It's not saying you still have to, but that's when you gotta go. You gotta leave. If somebody,
that's your fault.
That's obvious that if he ain't doing that, the problem is y'all still do it.
You chose that.
You got a nigga, you let him drive your car. You got a nigga, you let him lay on your couch. You got a nigga, you give him $20 to get the video game. That's your fault. And y'all submit to them niggas. You submit to the wrong niggas. But the problem is a lot of y'all are too, you got that masculine energy. And when a nigga say, hey, listen, I got this, chill the fuck out. Wait right here, I'm gonna take care of it. You're not my daddy. I'm leading this situation. I'm the leader of this. A lot of women don't know how to sit back and say, all right, you got it.
Most women scared of real men.
But look at their lineage. Look what they came from. I mean, who taught them how to be that? Who taught them how to be submissive? Nobody did.
Okay, you heard it. What are your preaching facts? Okay, today, Tizzle's getting ready to pop on here, but do they got a point? This is a good. Woo! Tizzle! Was he not? You can't do it. I can do it. Was he clocking that Tina? Tizzle, was he clocking that Tina?
Reaching.
Okay, what parts about what he said did you like? So is it true women submit to broke men, but give real providers headaches?
I'm not going to be the one that called them broke men. I'm going to say that a lot of times women literally submit to men that are not good for them. And then when they do finally come across someone that is good for them, they have all this guard up because they literally are the victims of what they chose.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit happens a lot. It happens a lot. I got so many homies that, I've had conversations like that with. You know,
I
like
mean,
I'm a straight shooter.
go
So
ahead.
I literally have a homegirl that go through that same thing. And I'll be like, the problem is you won't admit to yourself you like that bullshit because you keep fucking choosing it.
So let me
You
ask you a personal question, Tizzle.
sure?
Should we as women be submitting to broke men then? Because I thought we were supposed to submit regardless because men are the leaders and supposed to be the head of the households. So should women be submitting to men who necessarily are broke? Hate to call it broke. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah, I don't like calling people broke because anybody is a blessing away from not being broke.
Say that again. Say that, baby.
Yeah, so calling people broke, excuse my language, that's fucked up. Because everybody who isn't necessarily living the life that they want to live are just a blessing away from living that blessing. So it depends on that woman's discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this man is worthy of that? If you do, fit right in, nurture him, help him get there. But if you don't feel it, get your ass on. Like, you gotta move. And
Yeah,
that's really what it is.
they had some good points. What up, baby Brock? Piano Lover 69 said, be submissive to what you choose. New folks, big shout out to Nothing But the Truth podcast, baby, because this was a good one here. They did a forum where they talked about modern women submitting to bums. I want to play the clip again, Tizzle, if that's okay. Stick
Yeah,
with
run it. Run it.
Okay.
Self-worthy of submission.
No.
Oh,
No. It's just supposed to be a man. Just like it's in a man, we wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to nurture. And when you have to nurture not just your kids, you got to nurture your man as well.
So if the man is not providing or protecting, we still have to submit?
It's not saying you still have to, but that's when you gotta go. You gotta leave. If somebody, that's obvious that if he ain't doing that, the problem is y'all still do it. You chose that. You got a nigga, you let him drive your car. Mama. You got a nigga, you let him lay on your couch. You got a nigga, you give him $20 to get the video game. That's y'all fault. And y'all submit to them niggas. You submit to the wrong niggas. But the problem is a lot of y'all are too, you got that masculine energy. And when a nigga say, hey, listen, I got this, chill the fuck out. Wait right here, I'm gonna take care of it. You not my daddy. But I'm leading this situation. I'm the leader of this. A lot of women don't know how to sit back and say, all right, you got it. Most women scared of real men.
But look at their lineage. Look at their lineage. Look what
I got so many questions.
Who taught them how to be that? Who taught them how to be submissive? Okay. Nobody did.
So I have so many questions for this because they hit so many points in this thing again. Big shout out to them because this is a much needed topic. Been waiting to have this conversation, but thank you for bringing it up. What Piano Lover said question. What's the question, Piano Lover? Oh, you want the questions. Okay, so I want to run parts of this back because when she said about the submitting, hold on.
Submission.
No.
For my new folks. No. Hold on, I got you what's the topic.
It's just supposed to be a man, just like it's in a man.
And then I'm going to stop the video when I want to talk about the point.
We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to nurture. And when you have to nurture not just your kids, you got to nurture your man as well.
So if the man is not providing or protecting.
So this part. So if the man is not providing or protecting, is a woman still supposed to submit?
That shit don't work like that.
We'll break it down for us.
That shit don't work like that. If he ain't providing or protecting for you, he don't see you as worthy of even having that. Or if you, the woman, are in a space where all you do is pop off at the fucking mouth all the time, and it's got to look a certain way to you, and if he doesn't do it that way and he does it his own way versus the way that you want to see him have it done, he getting all this. So if he ain't providing and protecting, it's really out of your motherfucking ass. And that's just straight up. Like if
I said yes, we should still be submissive if they're not doing those things. Is that I'm just trying to gauge that. Is that what you're saying, Piano Lover? We should still be submissive as women if the man is not providing and protecting for the woman. And Mama said no woman needs. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish reading that. I'm sorry.
Mama said no woman needs to have something to nurture.
That's bullshit.
Hey,
that's bullshit. Every man out here needs a woman that nurtures him, that pours into him. It just makes him men's confidence. A lot of men's confidence is shaken every day by the shit that he got to face out here in the world. So if she isn't adding to him by nurturing him, by supporting him, telling him that he can do it, I mean, a lot of times that's his best friend in the world, that woman. So if she isn't nurturing him and giving him that type of attention, what the fuck he need her for?
Ooh, Tizzle. Let me run back this topic though. So big shout out to Nothing But the Truth podcast. They did a podcast where they talked about modern women submitting to bums. Right, Tizzle. I just got a phone call. Hold on. Yeah. I just ran a video. So we talked about should a woman have to submit to a man who is not providing or protecting? That was the first part of this question. And then Mama said no woman needs to have something to nurture. So, and Tizzle just broke it down and said that was BS because all men need a woman that is
It
a nurturer.
nurtures them. Yeah.
Yeah. Mama said if he's trying to do something to be nurtured, but she's saying and he doesn't do anything. Hey JB, happy Thursday. What up, Shanice? Let me run this video back one more time. Well, not one more time. We're gonna run it back a few more times again because I want the people to hear it.
Worthy of submission.
No.
Oh, no.
It's just supposed to be.
And Coldwater
just
305
like
Mama
in
said
a man,
it's
we
natural.
wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to
Pause
nurture.
it right
And
there.
you have to nurture not just your kids. You got to nurture your man as well.
So if the
And that's
man
part
is
of
not
it.
providing or protecting, we still have to submit?
It's
That's the question we're
not
talking about
saying you
now.
still have to, but that's when you gotta go. You gotta leave. If somebody,
That's your fault.
that's obvious that if he ain't doing that, the problem is y'all still do it.
You chose that.
You got a nigga, you let him drive your car. You got a nigga, you let him lay on your couch. You got a nigga, you give him $20 to get the video game. That's y'all fault. And y'all submit to them niggas. You submit to the wrong niggas. But the problem is a lot of y'all are too, you got that masculine energy. And when a nigga say, hey, listen, I got this, chill the fuck out. Wait right here, I'm gonna take care of it. You not my daddy. But I'm leading this situation. I'm the leader of this. Women, don't know how to say, all right, you got it.
Let me find me my cute little filter. Hold on.
I mean, who taught them how to be that? Who taught them how to be submissive? Okay. Nobody did.
Nature.
All right, and then he had something he said where he said nobody is teaching modern women how to be submissive. Hold on, I got you. Mentality of a goddess, because you came up in here ready. Coldwater 305 said it's natural for women to nurture. And Baby Barack said tech is 100% correct. Mic drop.
It should be natural for women to nurture, but it is not natural for all women to do that. Some
No.
and there's so many things that go into that. Like some people, like there are things that block that. Like some people deal with mental health stuff where they don't have the fucking capacity every day to pour into people like that. That's
Yeah.
why it is important the choices that you make of who you decide to be with that will get you those things or not. It doesn't make her any less of a woman just because she can't do it. Sometimes there are mitigating factors that block that. So that don't make that don't mean you got to dog the woman or make her feel like she's anything less. Because I got friends who deal with that now. They got a woman that they've been with for a while. She suffers from this, she suffers from that. Well, then those are the types of adjustments you got to make in that, or you got to go.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of times people, when it comes to matters of the heart, people make shit hard.
Yeah.
People make shit hard when it comes to matters of the heart. And it sucks that it's like that, but that's what it is.
Hold on, mentality. I got you. Mama said at Coldwater 305, if I have to do it all and do not Mama, hold on, let me slow it down. If I have to do it all and he doing nothing, it's like having a child. And Coldwater 305 said he gave you breast to nurture. You know what? Coldwater 305, don't you stop. Mama said women are submissive when a man leads like he's supposed to. And Coldwater 305, it's natural. I didn't say baby or re-raise. And Mama said Coldwater 305, men have breasts too, LOL. What up, got you, Open ENT? Mentality of goddess. Girl, I can't wait to hear what you got to say, boo. How you feel about this?
First of all, hey y'all, hi. y'all last time. First and foremost, emotional intelligence is learned. You're not birthed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to nurturing a man, let's start off with the one thing I let people know up front. I was born and raised into a West African family. I am first generation born into America, so we do things a little bit differently. The reason why I say that is because polygamy today is something that we were born and raised into back then. Mm-hmm. So our grandmothers were at home. They did not work. Mm-hmm. Fathers had multiple wives. When you talk about submission today, it's a bit for me, because it's like me naturally, if I'm dealing with a man, I'm not going to baby him. I'm not going to completely submit to him in order for him to love me. I'm going to treat him the way how any man is supposed to be treated. Now, we cry about not being married. We cry about no good men out there, but they only going to do what we allow. So if I have providing to whatever degree our relationship is at, of course, that's what I'm going to do naturally. However, if that man is abusive, he's sitting on the couch, he driving your car, he don't have no job, what capacity or what self-landed do you have to even be, relaxed enough or create a safe space for him and quote unquote nurture him? I'm not submitting to a man that got nothing going for himself. I'm 38 years old. So we're not
I was
even
just about to ask you that.
friends. I'll through the drama you go through, but I'm not sitting back and I have to take care of like I'm taking care of my kids. That's my.
So I was just getting ready to ask you that. So, as women, should we still be submissive to a man that is not out here able to financially provide or protect us? Should we be submissive to that man?
Supportive, but I won't be submissive, because what do you have for me to submit to?
Mm. Okay, then. Oh, we do got some new folks. I apologize, new folks. We're talking about big shout out once again. I got to give them their love on this. Nothing But the Truth podcast. They talked about modern women submitting to bums. So we've broken down this clip. I have more questions with this clip though. So let's go back. I want to replay the clip again.
Of submission.
No. No.
It's
just supposed to be a man, just like it's in a man. We wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to nurture.
Yes.
And when you have to nurture not just your kids, you got to nurture your man as well.
So if the
And that's
man
part
is
of
not
it.
providing or protecting, we still have to submit.
It's not saying you still have to, but that's when you gotta go. You gotta leave. If somebody, that's obvious that if he ain't doing that, the problem is y'all still do it.
You chose that.
You got a nigga, you let him drive your car. You got a nigga, you let him lay on your couch. You got a nigga, you give him $20 to get the video game. That's y'all fault. And y'all submit to them niggas. You submit to the wrong niggas. But the problem is a lot of y'all are too, you got that masculine energy. And when a nigga say, hey, listen, I got this, chill the fuck out. Wait right here, I'm gonna take care of it. You're not my daddy.
Rashad, come
But
back.
I'm leading this situation. I'm the leader of this. A lot of women don't know how to sit back and say, all right, you got it.
Most women scared of real men.
But look at the
All right, I want to stop there. Are most women scared of real men?
That's a
Are
hard
most
question.
women
That's a
scared
hard
of
question.
real men? Why do you say that?
I'm gonna say no. I mean, I think that a lot of people just have an idea of what love is supposed to look like, and when it don't look like that, and people be like, "I'm at the dough," because it don't look like what I thought it was gonna look like in the
Mm.
beginning. And what people don't realize is that the action of love is consistent work. It
Yep.
is not one thing. It is consistent work. That shit don't, I love you, you love me, all right, love, we locked in. No, that shit is work. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't want to do the work. And that's why divorce rates are high and people breaking up, all crazy. People don't want to do the work.
I agree.
Come on
Okay.
in here, Rashad.
Yeah, come on, sir. Did you hear what the topic was today?
Yeah, no, I heard the video. I heard the
Okay.
video.
And your
So,
thoughts? Ah! Anytime you make that face, I know you about. It's like I've been saying to y'all before.
hey, I'll put it this way. Let me start it this way.
Okay.
Whoever that dude was that was providing that insight, right?
Yeah.
He started off with something. A man wakes up wanting to lead. A man, wants to do this and wants to do that, and it sounds like he believes that all of these women that are out here not wanting to submit, they're not wanting to submit to good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
There are some women that don't want to submit. There are some women that don't want to submit because, like you say, Didi, and like your mom says, I'll give mom her credit. There are a shitload of dudes out here that don't know how to lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the problem, he's like, hey, you out here with the dude on the couch and all other stuff. And, you know, if you listen to him, he's angry about something.
Mm-hmm. I
There's
can
something
get
with,
that.
yeah, let's listen to him. And so he's speaking from a place of pain. And I don't know who he is, but I would put money on it that he's probably not in a relationship. I'd
Yeah.
put money on it. And so the other thing that I got questions about is how are single dudes trying to tell single women how to be in a successful relationship? If you're not in a successful relationship, my issue is that everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
And we're listening to everybody's voice.
Yep.
We don't need validation of anything anymore. We just listen to people that just say things that we like to hear. But my point is, how are we listening to all of these single relationship gurus? That's just like listening to a marriage counselor that's not married.
Mm.
But people follow Kevin Samuels and he wasn't.
So, but at the end of the day, Kevin was in the type of relationships that he wanted, right? He didn't want to be in a committed relationship. He wanted to be around doing all that other stuff. So that was fine, right? I mean, I understood Kev's thing, but Kev could be in a relationship if he wanted to, 100%. There were a million women out there that would have given Kev a chance. He just didn't want to be. Like I said, I don't know who this dude is, but my issue is just the fact that yes, there are women out here that do not want to submit, but that women are not created that way. When women are brought up, they want to find a man that can give them all of the things that they would like so they can give him all of the things that he likes. But you come through broken relationship after broken relationship after broken relationship after broken relationship. You got to remember, scorned women are created. They're not born.
Thank you.
And we don't take the responsibility of saying, hey, whoever this dude is that's yelling at all of these single women about what they ain't doing, I know a whole lot of dudes that sound just like you that broke a lot of those types of women.
Mm.
So we don't talk about the fact that it's on us as the men to clean up this shit.
Ooh, say it again.
It's
Look,
real talk right there.
we don't accept responsibility because now we acting more like the women. And the women are acting more like the men because now we want to fuss, we want to argue, we want to point fingers. Nigga, who argues with women? That ain't what men do. I mean, it wasn't right, but if you take it back to where we came from in the 60s and 70s, dudes didn't argue with women. If a woman got fly, he slapped the shit out of her. I'm not saying it's right, but men don't argue with women because that's I don't want to say it's beneath us. However, we don't have that energy. That's not the energy that we're supposed to have. That's why men are always the first one to be like, you know what, I'm gonna let you have it because we're not built like that. But for these dudes that keep going on and on and on, that's that new nigga.
Nobody argues for understanding anymore either. Most people just arguing just to respond, just to have the last response, so they feel like they won the argument. Man, nobody's really arguing to understand. But Didi, when you play that video, he was talking initially about oh my God, I hate when I lose my train of thought. He was talking about nurturing. And before nobody answered it, she totally switched it and was like, so I'm not supposed to submit. Submitting and nurturing are two different things.
So let me go back to the clip because we got some new folks. So big shout out to Nothing But the Truth for today's topic. But they were talking about modern women submitting to bums. That was the topic. So they said women submit to broke men but give real providers headaches. So many questions came from this video, but I want to play it back to the beginning if I can. Hold on one second, y'all. My apologies.
himself worthy of submission.
No.
No.
It's just supposed to be a man. Just like it's in a man, we wake up to protect. We wake up to provide. We wake up to be there. Women should wake up to want to nurture. And you have to nurture not just your kids, you got to nurture your man as well.
So if the man is not providing or protecting, we still have to submit?
It's not saying you still have to, but that's when you gotta go. You gotta leave. If somebody, that's your fault. That's obvious that if he ain't doing that, the problem is y'all still do it. You chose that. You got a nigga let him drive your car. You got a nigga you let him lay on your couch. You got a nigga you give him $20 to get the video game. That's y'all fault. And y'all submit to them niggas. You submit to the wrong niggas. But the problem is a lot of y'all are too, you got that masculine energy. And when a nigga say, hey, listen, I got this. Chill the fuck out. Wait right here. I'm gonna take care of it. You not my daddy. But I'm leading this situation. I'm the leader of this. A lot of women don't know how to sit back and say, all right, you got it.
Most women scared of real men.
But look at their lineage. Look what they came from. I mean, who taught them how to be that? Who taught them how to be submissive? Okay. Nobody did.
So, and he brought up another point. So, modern day women, are we? Because I think I was taught well, but maybe I'm not in the category because I'm a woman of a particular age. But mama taught me well, okay? I had to do chores, laundry, household stuff, things that, wives do. So she taught me how to cook and clean. So I don't know.
So let me say this. We also have to understand that dealing with Black women in the United States in 2025 means that there will be a small amount of turbulence initially, because Black women understand that there are dudes with smooth talkers that'll say whatever, make you believe that they're one thing, and then they turn out to be something else.
And once that representative goes away,
and all of that happens, and these Black women have been losing years of their lives. So regardless if a man is a real man or not, at the beginning, he's going to get tested, because that's what Black women do. Black women test their men. They just do. But what wins a Black woman over is the consistency of the real man. It's the understanding that, hey, yes, I hear you, but I am still the man that I'm telling you that I'm going to be. All right. I've told you I'm going to take care of this. You freaking out. We get through it. I take care of it. The next time it comes to telling you I'm take care of this, you freaking out. We get through it. I take care of it. That third time, she's going to think twice, because now she has some historical data to go off of. Even though I've been freaking the fuck out. He's still been doing what he said he's going to do. That's the one thing that I've learned, especially through my wife. That's the one thing most Black women want more than anything else. Be a man about your word. If you're going to be a man about your word, they would be more willing to adhere to whatever that element of submission looks like between her and him, because you both have to define what submission looks like.
Oh, that's the key right there. You have to define, and they said, bingo, Gino, taking chances. Jeff said facts, water 305, Gator, up, whatever. And Mom said, absolutely, Rashad. But Rashad, so another part of this question was, so should a woman be submissive to a man that is not doing anything financially or is not a protector?
Okay, so now you have to understand that being submissive, right, that is an exercise. It's not an act. And so as both people are trying to identify what the elements of the relationship are that will make the relationship functioning, there are ebbs and flows, right? So should a woman be submissive? Well, if a man isn't ready to, to put in the work to help identify what submissiveness should look like, she can't be submissive, because once again, submission has to be defined by both people.
Right.
So if the man is not in a position to where he can help the woman identify what submission looks like so that she can create, so that she can so that she can accept it, it's a negotiation, right? That definition of submission, it's a negotiation on both parties. If both people aren't at the table actively negotiating, then you're never going to get to the agreement of what submission is supposed to look like. So can a woman be submissive to a man that is not leading and all that other stuff? Well, if he's not leading, he's not in a position to negotiate. So no, she can't be submissive to him.
But why do men feel like, regardless of where they are, that a woman should just follow?
Sure, that's
entitlement.
That's the selfish need that's speaking, right? It's just like you said, it's entitled. It's, they read the one scripture in the Bible that they know, husband, wives, be submissive to your husband, but they don't, there's more to that, more to that particular scripture than just that. Right. And then in addition to it, it's just a lot more that comes with it. So it's just like I always talk about. It's the communication element of it. We don't communicate well. Like I said, with me and my wife, it's a constant communication, and we're redefining things, and we're evolving, and we're still learning each other. We still have our hiccups, but that's the path. You're going to continue to have your hiccups, but as long as the communication is open, as long as I know that if I'm doing this, that is hurting you, if you can tell that to me without me getting defensive, then me as the husband, I have to hear that, and I have to internalize it. And I have to figure out, how do I maneuver, to try to prevent that from happening? Yeah, sometimes we do backtrack. It happens. But the thought process is marriage first before anything else. Before her needs, before my needs, what are our needs? And the problem is that we don't focus on what our needs are. We focus on, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what she wants, this is what she needs. But as a couple, now that we are cleaved together, what do we need together?
Yep.
And you said define submission. So is that something that needs to be talked about, like, I guess, when you guys get married? Like,
yeah, 100%.
I didn't see.
And that's why premarital counseling is so important.
I didn't know that. People had conversations about it. I thought it was a thing.
A lot of people not having they're not having those conversations. They just focusing on the fact that they in love.
Right.
At the moment, or that we love this feeling. It feels great. It's consistent. This is gonna work for us forever. And then nothing gets talked about.
Yep.
And then later on, after nothing has been talked about, that's when the problems start showing up.
Yeah.
And if, like she said, emotional intelligence is taught, if they haven't been taught that emotional intelligence, boy, them arguments get real and shit get ugly real fast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My 90-year-old uncle, who is a pastor, recently told me, he was like, you get 8 to 9 happy years in a marriage.
Really?
90 years old. A man that's been married since before I was even born. 8 to 9 years, because the rest, it takes work. Like the gentleman just said, it takes a lot of work. For me, first of all, if we're in the talking stages, we're going to talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because the boyfriend title with me is not loosely given out.
Okay.
Which is why when I do have a boyfriend, my family's like, yeah, right. I do relationships. You know what I mean? Like, before I give you that title, to me, when you have a boyfriend, that's basically like you're to be a husband. If you propose to me today, tomorrow, next day, you're not going to get a no, you're going to get a maybe. So what are we talking about when it comes to submission? What submission looks like to me may not look like submission to Dee, may not look like submission to a woman. And also for men, they try to define our acts of submission based off of
based off of what?
their wants and their needs.
Okay.
So it's like submission to one man may not be submission to another man. But in my opinion, I'm like, don't ask me, what are you looking for in a man? Just show me who you are. Because if you ask me, what am I looking for in a man, and I tell you this, that, and the other, you are going to become this, that, or the other, and become a representative, get me all deep in love, and this, that, and the third. Then here we go, 6 to 9 to 12 months later, the real you was going to show up. So that's why said, us women, it's our responsibility to stay or go. But even that's kind of tricky because it's like, what if this person gives me that representative? We all deep in love, this, that, and the third, or so we thought. Then we get all tied up into each other. A year later, now it's like it's kind of hard to separate. You know what I mean? Which is why now that I'm older, why they always said, don't do certain things before marriage. You know what I mean? Don't live with a
yeah.
third. I get it.
Yeah.
But don't follow that. I'm not going to, because I have to know how you live before I commit the rest of my life. And then I also have to know, are you teachable? Are you going to allow us to have a conversation and not huff and puff every time I say I want to talk to you? That's
Right.
I feel like that's most men's go-to. As soon as a woman says, I want to talk, here we go again. It's not, okay, babe, well, what's on your mind? They always think the moment we want to talk, it's an argument.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, dang, never mind.
Okay. I got to tell you, what you just said is triggering.
What?
I
Oh,
gotta tell you,
triggering
that's
words.
that's a trigger phrase,
Yeah.
because the majority of our lives that we've heard that phrase, it's followed by an argument. So once again, Didi, like I told you before, it's the communication style. You gotta be careful about how things are communicated, because there may be an intent that's received that was not the intent that was provided.
I want to
Because
ask.
men hate that phrase.
Yeah.
We hate. I told you that
We
before.
hate that phrase.
Triggering phrase. DC Big Rob said, yeah, because it usually is an argument or something repetitive. I want to ask, no, you guys another question though, because we did talk about, should a woman be submissive to a man if he's not providing financially or he's not a protector? But what if he can't provide financially or protect? Then should this woman not be submissive to this man?
I think the question really is, how does that work for your life? How does that work for your life? If he can't provide or protect, how in the hell does that work for your life? It can't possibly work for you. So why would you stay in that space?
What if he's trying though? Like he's going on the job interviews. He's just not landing the job.
That's where your discernment comes in. For real. I mean, it's like how much of it can you put up with?
Yeah.
Like if you really invested, okay, fine, you really invested, you want to give him the what you feel is the right amount of time to do so. Okay, fine, you do it, it still doesn't work out. At some point, the rubber gotta meet the road. Like,
Yes, Didi, it was like I told you before. When I met my wife, we were on two different planes, right? We were on two different levels. She had her own house, and she was in grad school and all of these other things. But we enjoyed spending time together. And she was having some challenges, kind of where I was in life when we met. But the one thing that I reminded her is that, what is the potential that you believe that I have? Because who I am today is not who I'm going to be tomorrow. And so what she did a risk assessment. She was like, I believe that I see something in this brother that's going to allow him to become that type of provider that I've always wanted. And so, to the point that, the brother was just making, for women, you have to do a risk assessment. And you have to say, does this man have the internal drive? Does he have the capability to be in positions that will allow him to transform to the man that you want for him to be? And if you can't come up with, a response that gives you comfort, then that means that if you stay in that relationship, he is showing you who he is. It's showing you who he is, and you're accepting that. You can't get mad at him tomorrow because he's showing you who he is.
Yeah, but you required that your wife, even though at the moment, she's the one that was the breadwinner, but you required a level of submissiveness from her, correct? Even
Well, you got to remember, when we were dating, that's just dating.
Okay.
You have to get to that particular level. It's just like the old girl was saying. It's you can't give all of your wife traits to a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that has to be earned, and that's earned through time and experience. And so she wasn't a breadwinner because we didn't have a household together.
Got you.
Right. So yeah, so I didn't, like I said, I was in a good position. I wasn't, asked out. It was just I hadn't tapped in to that next level yet.
Right.
He knew that there was nothing holding me back. I didn't have any. I didn't have a criminal record. I didn't have any kids. My credit score was 800. I had money in the bank. I was just men. We take longer to develop because we like to just go into a chill mode sometimes. And I was just in my
Guilty.
chill. I was in my chill mode. And
But
so when
I don't want a woman to miss out maybe on a good man because right now he's lacking. If that makes
sure,
sense.
but it's okay to lack in the moment. What is his potential? What do you believe his potential will drive him to become tomorrow?
Got you.
We often hear a lot of women say, yo, like, how long am I supposed to believe in his potential? But
Mm,
I've heard a lot of women say that. That's the reason I brought it up.
yeah.
No,
Is they be like, yo, man, like he got potential, but I don't know how long I'm supposed to be depending on him to be what he possibly gonna be. And I believe that's kind of what your question was leading to earlier when you
so
when you said it, Dee Dee. I mean,
Yeah. Because there some people do have potential. Right now, like right now, I just transitioned. We know that. I was working a full-time job. I took a huge pay cut. Right now, I'm not doing as well as I was a few months ago. But the point is, if I get my boyfriend now, I would hope he would want to talk to me. A broke bitch, right? Excuse my language. I'm broke. But I guess what I'm saying is I will want him to still want to talk to me because the potential is there. Like I'm down right now. This ain't always gonna be what it is what I'm basically saying. So I'm just saying for the women, like he could be down today and up tomorrow.
but your
yeah,
boyfriend has something to go off of. You ain't never been the type of person that just sat around and didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's like, I mean, I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he's like, oh man, she'll bounce back. She cool.
Yeah.
She gonna be good. So
but to the
yeah.
point that you were making, when you talk about potential, initially, you have to do an assessment. All right. Once you do your assessment of potential, then you have a finite amount of time before that particular individual has to start walking into his potential, right?
Okay.
You can have potential, but if you have potential for 10 years, that means that you don't have drive. There's a difference. Potential means that you're capable of doing things. Drive means that you have a desire to go get it.
Right.
So having
You have
potential with no,
you have
well,
to
yeah,
see. Yeah.
And exactly
having
what you just
potential with no,
explained.
yeah,
I feel like that's what worked for me. You
Yeah.
know,
But you got to recognize that they have potential, not them over there playing video games all talking about they want to do this. No, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Mama said, what if disabled?
what's what?
Disabled.
What if he's
well,
disabled?
Yeah. Like,
then that's a conversation that that's
They
something
gotta
that
have.
she got to have a conversation within herself because that means that she's going to be a caregiver. And being a caregiver, that ain't for the faint of heart.
uh-uh. Great. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
my
You,
life.
yeah.
That ain't easy. That ain't easy at all.
Who are you caring for?
My wife,
Wow.
100% disabled.
Yeah.
See,
23 years in the Air Force.
see.
PTSD, everything.
So now that's something else. Let's switch subjects real quick because people always focus on the individual with the ailment, but we don't ever talk
Yeah.
about the support factor. And I brought that up because the support factors are normally overlooked. and they're suffering in silence because everything that they do, it's hard to keep themselves because so much of what they do is wrapped up in the other person. And so it takes a God fearing type of individual to truly be a caregiver for someone 100% of the time. And I don't take that lightly, bro. And just to hear you say it, brother, I commend you because that is the level of strength that people don't even know that exists.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's different. You know,
Yeah.
my wife had a traumatic brain injury. She caught West Nile virus, and it was, oof,
Damn.
bruh. I thought I was gonna lose her. But you
Yeah.
know, to God be the glory. She's still here. She's doing a whole lot better. But you know, that's not like you said. That ain't for the weak.
Nah. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, God doesn't give that assignment to people that can't handle it. So that says something about who you are as a person. Because I guarantee you're stronger than 90% of the people out here, bro. Because I know people that have gone into situations like that and can't handle it, and then they leave the
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a shit. That's a whole other topic right there.
Yeah.
right.
We should talk
Shit.
about that one day, Tizzle, with you. And
Whew.
other, there might be other people out there that, you know, have similar experience.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, you know me, Didi. I always been willing to help anybody I could help. So,
Yeah.
Are you in Atlanta with Didi?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Bruh, y'all should do a
Uh,
caregivers conference.
ooh, my goodness,
That's a good idea.
No one has ever done that.
but
A
that would be
caregiver.
crazy. A caregivers conference.
Okay, Rashad, with your $1 million idea. Um,
That was a hell of an idea.
that
Yeah.
is a great idea. What up, man? Talia Avocados, welcome back. And Mama, okay, hold on. DC Big Rob said, I like the word commit instead of submit. Submit to God. No, that's not a real man. If he can't provide or protect, why in the hell wouldn't he at least be able to protect? And Mama, do you leave, Mama? I guess that was a question again. Your household. Why is everybody quiet on this question?
No. Go say the question again.
Mama said, "Do you lead?"
Do I lead?
Yeah,
I ain't got no choice but to lead.
yeah. That was the question. Lead.
But
Rashad,
I
lead.
don't.
Mama
I've never
said,
had a problem leading. I never had a problem leading. I have led large staffs and radio stations
"You sure have."
and and led in my home. And it all for me was by trial and error because I didn't have that. I didn't have my father growing up. I had a single mother who did, of course, like most single mothers, do the best they can. My father couldn't pull it together. He wasn't no bad guy. He just never had that either. His father died when he was 8 years old. So, you know, I ain't had no good examples of it. So I got good examples of leadership. Luckily, I got good examples of good and bad leadership by the bosses I had,
Mm,
believe it or not.
sorry,
Um, you know, and you
sorry.
know, you got a few other cousins and family members that come along, and just because they cousins and family members don't make them good leaders. But I learned what to and what not to do from a whole lot of folks.
Amen. You learn. It's always a learning process. Um,
Yeah.
I guess that, if he's disabled was the question. Is he still the leader if he's disabled?
Do his
Oh,
mind work?
well, yeah. I mean, being a leader means the leader is the person that sets the vision for the family,
Yeah.
right? And so you don't necessarily have to be the one that's, doing the physical element. You don't even have to be the one that's, the breadwinner. You could still lead without making the most money. At the end of the day, leadership means that in 5 years, this is where I want us to be. In 10 years, this is where I want us to be. I want to have something set for our children so that they can You know, we created a trust this year. A lot of black people don't even understand what a trust is.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. To the degree that we went, I didn't understand all that a trust is. But at the end of the day, everybody should create a trust. Everyone.
I
And
agree.
these are things that we don't talk about in our community because we just got access to this information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we don't know that they do. Mentality of a Goddess said caregivers conference would be dope. I did it over 10 years for my mom until cancer gave her wings. Oh, may your mom rest in peace. Mentality of a Goddess. I'm so sorry to hear that. Baby, because if you take my mama, you're gonna have to what?
I want you to just imagine 1 second. You have 100 people in a room and you're giving all of them recognition for the hard work that they have endured for a good portion of their lives and reminding them that the world has not forgotten about them. We will not have an empty eye in that house.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great.
Kodak moments.
Yeah, that's a good idea,
Edie,
Rashad.
I'm giving you all of the gems.
He gives me some good stuff. He does, y'all. I'm working. I promise you.
No, that definitely would be dope because it's very overshadowed. Like,
But now you got Tizzle to work with you.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Because he's
Yeah.
actually, and it's important to him because he is one. He understands how important that is.
Right. We can
Yeah.
do. Let's
Because I'm
bring
not
it.
at the because I'm not at the point where I don't feel seen or anything yet or feel, you know, but I know a lot of people who are in the same space.
Yeah.
You know, I do, man. Hell, my mother-in-law, oh my God. She's been taking care of my father-in-law for ages.
Oh, wow.
Like they 70. He need a kidney. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, like, she with him all day, every day. And he hell on wheels. So, man, for somebody like her, oh my God, yeah, she need that.
yeah, because people don't talk about the grief that you experience without a loss to death. They don't talk about the grief that you experience just because you're seeing your parent or your sibling or somebody changing into something that they were not before. That's still grief.
Yeah.
So it's so many layers to grief. Like, whoo,